Hey, folks, we're back. And Harvey, I was at a barbecue a few days ago,
Yep.
a couple days ago, and my gosh, my friend was just bragging about his coverage plan and how good it is, and everything's covered and it's so easy and no problems. And I'm like, darn it, I would switch plans right now.
And let me
So
guess, I bet that person may have even said something to the effect of, why doesn't everybody have the same plan I have? It's
yeah, I
perfect.
mean, this person was trying to convert everybody over. I'm like, what
Right.
is this, a recruiting barbecue?
And the truth of the matter is that plan for that person is the perfect plan for that person. And one of the things that you need to understand in the world of Medicare is very individualized.
It is. I thought it was very standard, cookie cutter.
The rules are standard with lots of exceptions, but you want to find a plan that's customized for your particular needs. Your friend has that person's medications and that person's preferred physicians and that person's history of medical diagnoses, and you've got yours. And so while that person may be convinced that those features are the best features ever, they're not necessarily the best features for you. And so if you think about it, TV ads tell you what you want to hear. They don't
No, they
always tell you the rest
don't.
of the story. What?
They tell you the truth.
Yeah, they well, yeah. Well, the truth of things that they want you to hear, but they don't tell you the rest of the story. And similarly, when your friend is, with very good intention, saying to you, "You should have my plan," they're sharing with you what they love about your plan and what's positive. That's
Fair
all
point.
great, but you got to hear the other side of the story and how that. What does that mean dollar wise? That could really catch you by surprise.
Right, because we don't. So most people have their own conditions, they have favorite doctors, their own medications, and not all that overlaps always.
So, as a brief example, we have a client who several years called and said, let me back up. He is in a Medigap plan. And a Medigap Medicare supplement plan has certain features, and they're different than Medicare Advantage features. So he's in a Medigap plan, and his friend who has a Medicare Advantage plan, the Medicare Advantage guy said to the Medigap guy, "You should have my Medicare Advantage plan. It's awesome. It's perfect. It's whatever." Great. So the Medigap client called me and said, "I want his plan. Can you convert me over?" Well, sure, we can do whatever you want us to do. It's not our decision. It's all about you.
Appropriate within the time frame of the year.
Right. Right. We have to do it all within the right windows. But I asked, what was it that he loved about the plan? And so what his friend had said, and so we gave a whole bunch of features. And I said, that's great. Here's the problem. In this case, our Medigap client has had a history of cancer. So I've said, you have a history of cancer. Now, fortunately, he's in remission and has been for several years, which is just wonderful. But if he gets another round of cancer and he has left his Medigap plan, he's going to incur a whole bunch of different types of expenses that he's not incurring in his Medigap plan. And once you leave a Medigap plan, you can't always get it back because you go through medical underwriting and you can be denied getting into a Medigap plan. What a number of people don't realize is that in the world that we live today, under age 65, pre-Medicare, we're living in the ACA world, the Obamacare world. And there are no pre-existing conditions to be held against you. I'm diabetic. I used to pay huge amounts in premium. If there was a carrier that would actually even honor a policy, I was denied policies. But in a world of the ACA, no pre-existing conditions can't be held against you. But in Medicare, it's all about pre-existing conditions because the machines are older. Our equipment is getting a little tired. And so we are more
Not
apt.
some of us.
Well, yeah, the ones who are perpetually young, like both of us, maybe not so much. But for most of us, we run the risk that we're going to have some type of illness, some type of medical need. And so Medicare is designed about addressing those types of conditions. Medigap plans, after the first 6 months of your Part B effective date, if you want a Medigap plan, you have to go through underwriting and you can be denied.
So that'll be another discussion of the depths of those differences between Medicare Advantage and Medigap. But what I'm hearing is that based on my specific circumstances, I can find Medicare coverage that is really tailored to my needs, and which may or may not overlap with my friend's needs.
Exactly.
So,
And this extends to family members, obviously. Family members have very good intentions on saying, you should do this, you should do that. And that is very well intended and really, really good. But you have to kind of keep in mind that agents are trained and licensed and certified annually to be on top of these details. And so you've got to trust someone you're comfortable working with, because not everybody's meant for everybody. Find an agent who works with your personality, who is someone that you can confide in and trust and work with, that you know that they're going to be giving you the best advice possible. We love to earn that with our clients, obviously, but not everybody's meant for everybody, and that's okay, and that's why there are choices.
all right, folks. So make sure that you really investigate if you hear that someone else has the best plan ever, because it might be for them, but it may not be for you. All right. Till next time.